Alright guys, you saw the title from this video. In this video I'm going to be reviewing a 500 elo chess game that was nothing but a total catastrophe of a chess game. Let me just say, this is not how chess should be played at all, and yeah, this game is just terrible. Especially for 500 elo. And in the middle of this video, something absolutely unexpected is going to happen in this game. But before I begin guys, if you enjoyed, so please drop a like and a sub, as I would really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoy, you can also drop super thanks. If it's difficult to hear my voice, just turn on captions. And if you have any game you want me to review, comment down below. Without further ado, let's just begin. So the game starts off with e4, e5. Okay, normal opening. Then we have knight f3. Then we have knight f6. And the reason this usually isn't a good thing is because if this happens, and this happens, then this can happen, and then knight moves, and then you could potentially just win your opponent's queen pretty much. Okay. Black thankfully understands that capturing here is a very bad move because, well, yeah, if they go over here, you have to play this move or this move, and either one is pretty bad. So, yeah, or you could play this, but still, yeah, also pretty bad. Okay, because in this position, what will happen is that the knight can go over here, and then, yeah, you just lose the queen guaranteed. But that doesn't happen, thankfully. And we have queen e7. Then we have knight c4. The idea, capture, and maybe give a check, and then maybe a trade of queens. But instead we have captures with knight, which is not a bad move at all, because this could potentially win the queen. And yes, black does win the queen. We have pawn f3. And black actually finds the move knight c3 check. In literally just 2 seconds. Wow. So the bishop defends, and then black obviously just captures the queen, white captures back, and most players in this position will probably just resign. I myself will probably just resign this position, because really, you've already lost a queen, and I mean, it's already just less than the first 10 moves, so yeah, in this position you should probably just resign. But no, these players did not resign, because, well, no, white did not resign, because if white did resign, then we wouldn't have a video. Instead we have queen h4. Okay, then we have pawn g3. Okay. Then the queen infiltrates. Then we have bishop f1 trying to get the queen to leave. The queen leaves. Then we have pawn g4. Although to be fair in this position, I would probably just play something like pawn c3. Actually, no, wait, no, that just blunders a... Oh, wow, no. Okay, yeah, pawn g4, 100%. Oh, yeah, this was the move I was going to suggest. Yeah, okay, guys. So, after this move, when the queen goes over here, probably you should play pawn c3. Well, no, pawn d3, I mean. Because usually, although not always, in the past, like when I play games and I'm still rated like 600, 700, and this once happened to me in a 1100 elo game, my opponent did not notice that their queen was capturable. And yeah, this happened pretty much. And they just resigned instantly. But that doesn't happen. Instead, we have rook g1. Okay. Then we have pawn b4. Then we have pawn c3. Oh no, not pawn b4, bishop d4. Then we have pawn c3. Then we have pawn d5. The idea, if you capture, I capture. And anyone playing with white should realistically not just accept this, because, yeah, you've already lost your queen. Trading now, horrible idea. And thankfully, white does understand this, and they move their knight to e3. And then black plays pawn d4. And it may look like a free pawn. Well, actually it might be. Okay. Then we have bishop d7. Then we have knight c3. And black understands that, yes, they should always trade whenever they're off material, so this trade happens. Okay. And then we have bishop a4 check. Okay, so far, things are good. Although a move you could play in this position is just move the knight over here once again, revealing an attack on the queen, but that doesn't happen. Instead, we have the move king e2, although I'm pretty sure this is the best move. Maybe this... Okay, apparently this is the best move. Although, to be honest, I would have preferred this move, because at low elo, I'm like, okay, generally at high elo, this isn't the best move, because, you know, this just loses the game even more. But at low elo, this is a good move, because, once again, beginners will not see a discovered attack like half of the time. But instead we have king d2, then we have queen g6. Okay, then we have knight f5. And then we have short castle. And now the game is totally lost for black. Because knight e7 just wins the queen. Guaranteed. There's no doubt about that. Like, literally just wins the queen, but obviously it doesn't happen. Instead, we have king f2. Dude, you can literally win the queen and probably just save the game. But instead you just play king f2, okay. Then we have bishop c6, and once again, this blunders this. Once again, 97 is blundered. And this time you can also capture the bishop, although seriously, if you capture the bishop after doing this check, you're just asking to lose the game, but okay. This check, if it wasn't found once, it probably won't be found again. And instead, white seems to be planning a discovered attack, probably something like this, although this doesn't require the help of the bishop. And this move will just lose the knight. Okay. Then we have queen e6. Okay. Then we have rook e1. Then we have queen d5. Once again, this is blundered. Again, but if it wasn't found once, it will 99% chance not be found again. Then we have rook e3, and we have knight a6. Once again, this is blundered for like the 1 millionth time. How many times has this attack on the queen been blundered? Let me just check. Okay. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And instead, we just have pawn push. And now, this potential attack to save the game and win the queen, it's gone. Like that's it. That was literally the only hope that white had at winning this game realistically, unless black makes a massive obvious blunder that 500 elo can realistically find. Although to be fair, I'm pretty sure even a 300 elo could find this move, but okay. And then we have rook e7, then we have queen c8, then we have bishop g5, then we have rook e8, then we have rook to e1, then we have queen d8. And now the game is literally a draw. The reason is because this is what happens. Exactly. You capture this rook with your rook. The queen has to capture back, otherwise it will be checkmate. And then you capture the queen with your rook, then they capture back. Well, with the rook or the bishop, but it's better with the rook because, well, it reveals an open file, I think. Yeah, it's better with the rook, obviously. And then we have pawn h3. And although the game, is according to the engine, equal, the reason is because... So, we have 2 bishops and a knight, a bishop and knight, but a rook. The reason it's considered a draw is because white is technically up a pawn, and I guess they just have like a more advanced pawn structure, like after like b3 and d5. Yeah, things could happen, and who knows, you could maybe play something like b4 and then b5, and then you could just attack the knight and the bishop together. But obviously it's not going to happen, because this is 500 elo. Then we have bishop b5, blundering the bishop in one move. Simply brilliancy. And thankfully, white actually captures, although I think black pre-moved this, just looking at their time, they spent less than a second on it. I think it's pre-moved. I'm guessing they expected, this, although that still just blunders the bishop, but okay, I'm not sure what they were expecting at all. Maybe a mouse slip, who knows. And yeah, the bishop does get captured, and the knight goes to b4, attacking the bishop. But after your opponent blunders their bishop, it's only right for you to blunder your own bishop, obviously. So yeah, this is exactly what happens. And then we have king g3, knight captures a pawn h5, rook e2, then the knight tries to give a check, and this just blunders the knight, but even though this blunders the knight, black decides, no, I'm not going to capture this. I'm going to move. What? They spent 5 seconds on this. That's just a free knight. What? Okay, I guess, well, yeah, white probably, well, no, what? Okay, let me get this straight. White spent 23 seconds on this move of just blundering the knight. And black spent 5 seconds not capturing it. What? What? Okay. Then we have knight f5. And then we have knight d3. Okay. And we have pawn h6. The idea probably just captures, then check, I guess. But instead we have knight e1, and this literally blunders mate in 7. You can try to find it if you want. I found the one afterwards, because they still blunder it, but okay. Instead we have check, capture by pawn. Now it's mate in 6, the king moves. And by the way, this is not the move. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, this isn't the move. But instead, we have bishop h6, and the game is still basically a draw. Because you can still technically threaten checkmate in this situation, although, to be honest, even I myself at 1200 couldn't find it. But then we have bishop g2 check. The king moves. Then we have rook e2. Then we have knight e3. And the reason this is such a bad move, I think, is maybe because of this. Oh, wow. Wait, no, the pawn captures. Wait. Come on, there has to be some way. Oh, yeah, you can force a trade. Okay. Well, anyways, we have king f4, then we have rook e2, then we have knight e3, then we have rook captures, and now it's mate again. Mate in 6. And I actually found this one, believe it or not. Because what you can do is you can play knight d5. And that doesn't happen, obviously. Because after this move, this is checkmate. Literally, knight e7 or knight f5. Wait, knight e7 or knight f6 are just checkmate. So, like, for example, they try to do this. This is just checkmate. Or this is just checkmate. And the way they stop this... Wait, where is it? Okay, yeah. They have to push the pawn. You capture with check. The king has to go over here. Then you promote to a queen. Then they capture. And then you move the bishop to g5. Wow. But if you're wondering, I actually found this on my own. Yay, I'm proud of myself. I didn't find the mate in 7, but I found the mate in 6. Okay. But obviously this is 500 elo, and I didn't find it first try, obviously. So, yeah, if I at 1200 couldn't find it first try, obviously these 500s are never going to find it. I mean, I'm not sure if even a 1500 could find this, but okay. Anyways, instead of knight d5, we have knight f5. And now the game is just basically lost. I mean, it's only minus 1.5, but still. Okay, then we have rook e2, knight e3, and once again, I showed like how this works. Instead, we have pawn a5, and obviously white doesn't even play en passant. Wow. Then we have pawn d5. Like, honestly, why not just play en passant? Like, why not? But okay. Anyways, after pawn d5, we have pawn a4, and now the game is literally a draw somehow. I have absolutely no idea how, but okay, we will not question it. Maybe because there's maybe some way to threaten checkmate. I'm not sure how. I mean, maybe you could try bringing the knight, although I don't think it would work. Yeah, it doesn't work, obviously. Okay, honestly, I have no idea how this is a draw. I guess maybe you can do this. Oh yeah, and if they capture, you can try to promote. Wait, what? Oh, it's the same checkmate as before, but obviously it's never going to be found. Anyways, we have pawn a4, and then we have king f5. What? Okay. And then we have rook captures. Now the game could literally be a draw. But instead of that, after you blunder your knight... Okay. Well, no. Okay, fine. Well, no. Okay, so black decided to just blunder the rook. But instead of capturing the rook, white decided, no. I won't capture the rook, and I'll just play king f6. What? Why? Okay, pawn a3, pawn g5, and now it's literally mate in 7 for black. Then we have pawn a2, then we have pawn g6, black captures, and I mean, white managed to win the rook, I guess, but still 100% losing. Then queen, and then the king just runs to e7, queen captures the pawn, gives a check, and then the players just shuffled moves with pawns, and white tried to stop this promotion, although obviously they couldn't. So yeah, the promotion happened, white captured the pawn, then this happened. And then black kept giving checks. Then the bishop was captured. And after this move, thankfully, well no, okay, in this move, black played queen c4. Just kidding, that's not actually what happened at all, and instead what actually happened was queen b4. If you don't believe me, you can literally just search the game. There was no stalemate here. Although it would have been very funny if there was a stalemate. What did we just watch? Literally just one of the worst games ever, okay. Normal opening, a few strategies, queen blunder in just 5 moves, amazing. And white just decided to not resign, although 80% of players would just resign in this position. And yeah, constant attacks on the queen, and then trying to develop some pieces. And then just this. And then this attack on the queen being blundered for like 5 moves straight, which I'm sure even a 300 could find. Like, really, I guess what white saw was this attack. Although, really, this just wins. Okay. And then just the defense of that, although, once again, that move was always playable for like 5 turns. And then black just blundered their queen and the game technically became a draw. Then just blundering their bishop. And then they blundered their own bishop. And then just the capture of a pawn. Then just pieces moving all around the board. Then a check, which just blunders a knight, which white spent over 20 seconds on, and black spent more than 5 seconds and didn't capture the knight for some reason. And then mate in 6 was blundered. Well, obviously it wasn't found. But once again, they blundered mate in 6 again, and I showed you guys how it goes. Then we have just our knight f5, which is the wrong square entirely. Then we had rook e2, and then black blundering the rook, but it wasn't captured for some reason. And now black just... when black had the opportunity to get the rook out of danger, they just pushed the pawn. Makes a lot of sense. And white didn't capture, obviously. But I mean, finally they found the rook, and then a few more moves later, although it would have been very funny to see stalemate in this position, no. There were no more memes, and it just ended in checkmate. Very sad. And yeah, guys, this is the whole video. Lowy low chess really is something else. Before I end this video, if you enjoyed it, please drop a like and sub, as I would really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoyed this video, you can also drop super thanks. Comment down below any game you may want me to review next. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. See you next video.